Hey bestie, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's pick a card, we are going to be spilling the tea on why you are still single. Why hasn't the universe brought you your boo yet? So y'all, I was originally gonna do your next serious relationship pick a card, like another one of those, but spirits told me that I needed to do this one first before I did that one. So yeah, that's why we're here today, y'all. So before we get started, if y'all are interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, y'all can book with me on my Etsy shop. The link to do so will be available down in the description box below. And if you are interested in what deck we'll be using for today's tarot reading, we will just be using the Pastel Journey Tarot deck, which will be available for purchase on my Amazon storefront down in the description box below. Y'all check it out if this is your type of vibe, this is your type of aesthetic, because honestly, it's really cute. It's one of my go-to decks, y'all. But yeah, be sure to check that out if that is something you are interested in. And without further ado, we're going to go on ahead and jump into your pile choices now. Alrighty, you guys, so here are the four groups that you have to choose from today. We have group number 1 with the 4 of Swords, group number 2 with the 4 of Pentacles, group number 3 with the 6 of Pentacles, and group number 4 with the 7 of Wands. So go on ahead and take a moment to choose the card that you feel the most drawn to today. Pause the video if you need a little bit more time to choose, you guys, and whenever you are ready, I will meet you at your reading. The timestamps for each card will be available down in the description box below for your convenience. Hello to all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 1 with the 4 of Swords, and welcome to your reading, you guys. So why are you still single? Why hasn't the universe brought you your boo yet? Okay, so I can already tell immediately by looking at these cards, it's because you are healing. Okay, you are healing right now a lot of the most darkest and uncomfortable stuff, okay, right now that's inside of you. You are doing some major shadow work, okay? And a lot of you guys might not really fully know it or fully understand shadow work yet, but a lot of this stuff is coming out. I'm picking up on it like subconscious. This is happening in your subconscious mind. Maybe while you're asleep, you're getting some crazy ass dreams or something like that, and it's all part of your healing. And I know that a lot of stuff doesn't make sense right now, okay? But for example, a lot of you guys might be like really moody. Like, I'm getting real moody, random emotional outbursts that you can't fully understand because it's just a lot of stuff that's coming up right now, okay? And to be honest with you, you guys are just very vulnerable, okay? And that does not make you unworthy of love. It's just like the universe's way of saying, listen, the universe just put your whole vibe on do not disturb because the stuff that you're healing is so deep, okay? But the good news is that you are healing, because we start off with the 10 of Swords reversed. This is a very good sign, okay? Listen, in the past, you have had to walk away from some of the most painful situations. You have been betrayed in some of the worst ways, okay? And I'm not even exaggerating, you guys. And a lot of these situations that you guys experienced that were so hurtful, I almost feel like they're like distant memories, okay? So like a lot of stuff might come up or like make you feel kind of nostalgic, like, damn, I remember when I went through that. It was really painful. But it's almost like it left a mark on you, or like not a mark, but like a scar, right? That subconsciously you're still healing from it. So what happens is you end up oftentimes re-experiencing old situations through like different people, because like to kind of bring that up, to kind of kick that up so that it can be healed and doesn't have to be repeated, right? So the 10 of Swords reverse lets me know, like, think about it like this: the swords, all the backstabbing, the pain and everything, sliding out of her back instead of back into her back. A very good sign. I also see that maybe a lot of you guys have been spending a lot of time praying, okay? A lot of time praying. And y'all, I heard this spoken word poetry that last night, and it really cut deep. Okay, so this girl, she was like, I put a motherfucker first just for them to be the reason that I hurt. And could you believe that I prayed to God for this relationship to work? Okay, that's what's going on in my head right now. So it's just like, y'all have experienced some real deep betrayal, and it's like you prayed, maybe you tried to strengthen your connection to the divine, or maybe you meditated, or maybe you just sat with yourself and cried, okay? That aspect of ourself is going to come out a lot different for a lot of people, but I'm saying that you guys, it hurt so bad you had nowhere to go, you had nowhere to turn except for within, because you felt like all you had was yourself, you know? And I'm feeling like that is a very deep rooted wound that you are in the process of healing. But you know, on a subconscious level or on a soul level, you know that once you heal this, you won't even recognize yourself anymore. Okay. And a lot of you guys have some real deep-seated fears surrounding change, especially change that is like so big that it changes up like your life dynamic or whatever. But the thing is, I feel like a lot of you guys have kind of reached a point in your life where you realize that you're not happy, right? You're not happy and you really, really want to be happy, right? That's like your end goal is just straight up happiness, right? But with the death card being in the reverse, I feel like a lot of the stuff that you went through is so intense, and a lot of the healing that you're doing is so intense, you know you're gonna pop out a brand new person, okay? But that doesn't change the fact that that scares you. So with the death card coming out in reverse, I feel like you guys have some type of like fears surrounding change, like becoming a different person. There's some resistance to that personal transformation that's going on inside of you, right? But as soon as you let that go, I get a feeling that everything is gonna fall into place for you. And when I say let that go, I don't mean pretend it's not there, okay? I definitely advise you to fully process your pain and fully process like everything that is happening inside of you, okay? You gonna have to cry a little bit, you guys. Like, you gonna have to really get all of those wounds. Like, you gotta really target those wounds so that they can start healing, okay? And that's gonna take some time. You are human. You cannot rush your healing process, okay? And yeah, y'all, that's the reason why you're still single. Your main priority needs to be being happy, okay? And I really, really hate to say this, but if you're not happy within yourself, don't be looking for happiness outside of yourself, because you want to know what it's going to lead to. It's going to lead you right back to this, okay? This is a lesson I've had to learn the hard way over and over and over and over again, you guys. But your main priority needs to be you. Look at her, Princess of Cups. She's literally sitting pretty by herself, right? Her main priority is herself right now, and expressing herself, loving herself, focusing on her happiness, prioritizing her happiness. I'm telling you, when you focus on and prioritize your own happiness, you make it so much easier for other people to do the same for you. Other people will mirror that back to you. They will want to see you happy, just as you want to see yourself happy, right? But sometimes you got to show them how it's done. If you're tired of being loved incorrectly, you got to show other people how to love you by loving you first. Okay, that's the key right there. That's the recipe. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles here. Okay, so it's like, when you find love, when you find your person, I definitely feel like this is going to be the person that you end up marrying, having kids with, having a family with, whatever that looks like for you, or whatever true love looks like for you, you're going to have it. Okay, the financial abundance, stability, material security, like all of those things are going to naturally fall into place. Okay, but the most important thing here is your faith. Okay, and you focusing on yourself and your own personal transformation. You cannot get here. This is the message that I'm getting for you guys. You cannot get here without going through this process, right? This process right here, this death and rebirth and transformation process. It's coming out in the reverse though, which means I can pick up on the fact that there's some resistance to it. Okay, so you need to focus on breaking down the barriers of that resistance to like your own healing and your own personal transformation, and you will become an entirely different person. Like the things that you attract, like your personal magnetism will shift entirely because it's solely focused on you. You know what I'm saying? So that's the overall message that I get for why you guys are still single. However, I do see love on your path for sure. I do see family. I do see commitment. I do see kids if that is something that you want. Even animals, because there's animals here. I do see that. If that is something that you want, it is in the cards for you. All you have to do to get there is focus on healing, okay, and prioritize your happiness. That is the answer for you guys. So that is all I have for my beautiful people who have chosen group number 1. Let me know down in the comments how this reading resonated for you guys. If you guys are interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, you guys can book with me on my Etsy shop. The link to do so will be available down in the description box below. And if you are interested in the deck that we use for today's tarot reading, we did use the Pastel Journey Tarot deck by Vanessa Samayana, which will be available for purchase on my Amazon storefront. Be sure to check that out if that is something you are interested in. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye! Hello to all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 2 with the 4 of Pentacles, and welcome to your reading, you guys. So, why are you still single? Okay, so we start off with this King of Pentacles reversed, okay? I feel like this is like a lack of security or a lack of stability, or a person who just genuinely cannot provide that. And I have a feeling this right here might represent a past partner that you guys have been with. This can even be like an ex-husband, ex-wife. This definitely does seem like the more masculine counterpart in a relationship, but I'm getting like somebody who just really sucked at providing you with this type of security that you needed, right? They didn't have that provider type energy, right? They might have even kind of siphoned your energy. We also have the 10 of Wands. So this is like you got so used to carrying the weight and the burden in relationships, or you felt like you were the only one that was giving to a relationship or pouring into a relationship. Maybe you got a little used to that at one point, so you might be a little bit resistant to trust other people. Also, we have the 4 of Pentacles here, so I'm also feeling like there is this energy, right, that I'm getting with you guys. It's like in order to protect yourself, you took all of the burdens, all of the baggage from all of your relationships. It don't even have to be romantic, but all of them, and you got comfortable putting it on yourself. You got comfortable with going without, because if you were already content with going without, then it wouldn't hurt so much. It wouldn't hurt as bad to not be able to have the things that you want, or to not be able to have the things that you desire, because you felt like you weren't really missing anything. You get what I'm saying? I'm getting like this is maybe something that you did in order to protect yourself. This is like a trauma response, you know? Maybe this could pertain to like your inner dialogue. Like, if you can't take it from me if I don't already have it. You can't take nothing from me that I don't have, right? And so that was a good way to protect yourself from the nonsense of other people. But now it's like you're becoming the primary person that's giving yourself the most shit for not having the things that you want. Because the things that you're like, that's what I'm getting, y'all. The things that you really, really want maybe were things that were like taken from you oftentimes. So you feel like if you have nothing, it can't be taken from you. This is a trauma response. And while it might have protected you, right, I'm feeling like now is creating a mindset of like lack. Right? Maybe you feel like, you know what, I gave so much, I'm gonna keep this last little pentacle to myself because it's all I got, and I'm not letting nobody else have it. Right? Meanwhile, this motherfucker is sitting there with the biggest pentacle, right, that was taken from you. Okay? It's almost like a way of dimming your light in order to protect yourself, from like some type of predator, like with the king of Pentacles reverse. It's like you guys have a lot of trauma responses regarding how you protect yourself and how you give to other people, because you've had to carry so much, you've had to do a lot like on your own, right? And I feel like you will be able to attract the relationship that you desire when you are not afraid to allow yourself to shine, to allow yourself to be seen. Because we have the Star card here. Ain't no reason for you to go into hiding just because of what whoever this is, just because of what they did. Mind you, this could be a father figure, y'all. This could be a father figure. I'm getting a very unstable masculine energy that just sucked at providing the security that you needed. And I have a feeling that them providing the security that you needed was kind of like their job. So this could definitely be like a bad dad, okay? Is something that I'm getting here. But I feel like when you let yourself shine, you will naturally attract the right type of people in your life, right? With group number 1, I was more so like, you know what, y'all gotta go in the dark, y'all gotta kind of heal a little bit. But with you guys, I'm like, nah, y'all gotta come into the light, y'all gotta let yourself shine, okay? You gotta let yourself shine. Drop all these roses, drop all this extra baggage, because more than half of them roses, not even yours for real. You could just take the prettiest one and let that one shine, right? Also, share your ideas, because the thing is with this pile, I feel like a lot of y'all have like billion-dollar ideas with the Ace of Wands, ideas that you can actually take and like run with them, right? So I'm feeling like you just need to share more of yourself, because you guys have this energy where you want love, like you want to be held, you want to be felt, you want to be heard, you want that top tier princess treatment, right? But you steady hiding. You at the same time, you're almost scared of being seen, because you feel like if you let somebody see you, that opens yourself up to getting hurt or getting caught or being taken advantage of or being left in a situation where it's like you're the only one putting effort into a relationship, right? You got to put yourself out there, okay? Give people the opportunity, the chance, one time. Tell them how to love you correctly one time and watch what they do. If they already start fucking up, you know what I'm saying? Then that's how you know that that relationship is not for you. But just because somebody else, whoever the fuck this is, just because they fucked up with you, just because they fumbled your heart, just because they fumbled the bag, right? And had you doing everything on your own, that does not mean that you are not worth a real ass King of Pentacles. That doesn't mean that you're not worth the provider that you know you deserve. Some of y'all, I feel like some of y'all really go after that provider type energy because you know you deserve it, right? Yeah, like you know you deserve it on a subconscious level, but sometimes people come in and they fuck up, and then you start questioning your own self-worth. That's where it has to stop, right? That's what's keeping you single. That's what's keeping you stuck and stagnant. So in order to get out of this, in order to break out of that mentality and like literally enter an energetic space where you're not single anymore, you gotta let yourself shine, right? You gotta let yourself shine. You gotta pass yourself the torch being like your sense of self-worth, like the things that kind of like matter to you, that you want to express, that you want to see grow in your reality. Pass that shit back to yourself, and don't be afraid to shine that shit and wave that shit around in the world. You don't gotta carry everybody else's burdens or baggage. And please understand that if somebody is mistreating you, whoever the fuck this asshole is, if they're mistreating you, that is not a reflection of what you are actually worth. If they're not treating you a way that reflects the way you actually want to be treated, the way that you actually want to be loved, then they're just not the one for you. That doesn't make you not worth it. That's the universe showing you, okay, so this is exactly what the fuck you don't want. Pile number 2. So how are you going to love yourself even more? Like, how are you going to let yourself shine so that the right kind of people can see you, so that you can attract the right type of people in your life? Because y'all get hurt and y'all go into hiding, right? Instead of being open and honest about like your pain and the baggage that you've had to carry, you know? And I don't mean that in a way of like trauma dumping. I mean that in the way of just being your authentic self, right? It's like y'all are scared to do that because you feel like you'll get hurt. You'd rather just stay in this kind of cornered up, bottled up space where you feel safe, but in that space you can't maintain the type of relationships and connections that you want with people that you can trust, right? So there needs to be a trust in yourself first. You need to have trust within yourself, right? Completely, before you can really come out and like shine in the way that will get you what it is that you want relationship wise, right? Because a lot of y'all just be trying to protect yourself, right? That's kind of what I'm getting for this pile. So yeah, drop some of that extra baggage that y'all are carrying, because it's like clearly overwhelming you. Remember that this motherfucker does not determine what you are worth. Come out of hiding. Okay, come out of hiding, because this mentality creates a lot of lack in your reality that we don't want. And just let yourself shine. Let yourself shine and enjoy your personal relationships, right? Share your ideas, be your authentic self, and you will attract the right type of people, okay? And if you don't, you got to kick the wrong ones to the curb to make room for the right ones, right? So that is all I have for all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, you guys can book with me on my Etsy shop. The link to do so will be available down in the description box below. And if you are interested in the deck that we used for today's tarot reading, we did use the Pastel Journey Tarot deck by Vanessa Samaya, which will be available for purchase on my Amazon storefront down in the description box below. Be sure to check that out if that is something you are interested in. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye! Hello to all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 3 with the Six of Pentacles, and welcome to your reading, you guys. So, why are you still single? Okay, so overall, I'm just getting the vibe that the universe has your whole energy on do not disturb. Literally just has your whole vibe, your whole aura, everything on do not disturb. And I feel like this is kind of partially because of a lot of past disappointments that you guys have had in relationships, because we have the Five of Pentacles, or having partners who kind of had this mindset, or partners that made you feel as though you were lacking something you needed in the relationship, or partners who didn't really give as much as you did. Okay, now also feel like with the Six of Cups here, this kind of pertains to the past, a lot of past disappointments that you don't necessarily want to repeat is kind of like, why the universe kind of just has your whole vibe on do not disturb, because this energy right here, like, you've always been a naturally giving person. If you got it, you don't hesitate to give it, especially when it comes to your partner, somebody that you love, somebody that you care about. But the thing is, I feel like a lot of the times you were so giving in the past that you kind of slept on yourself a little bit, or maybe you neglected yourself in a couple of different ways in a lot of your previous relationships. And so it led to a lot of disappointment. And I just feel like this is just your way of, it's like you guys are in a period of understanding your self-worth overall, and understanding what it is that you bring to the table and what types of things that you don't want to re-experience, right? We also have the Emperor card here. So this is just top tier, like, boss energy, okay? But not only that, the Emperor is like the most evolved divine masculine energy in the deck. And well, that's what it represents. And I feel like that's kind of what I'm being shown that's what you deserve. Okay, that's what it is that you deserve. That's the kind of partner that you deserve. Okay, because we have the Five of Pentacles here and we have the Emperor. These are not even on the same level. Okay, the Five of Pentacles energy is down here. The Emperor energy, this major arcana energy, is all the way up here. And I feel like a lot of the times you guys might have settled for this Five of Pentacles type energy in your past relationships. And I feel like you have been single maybe for quite some time, or a long time, just so that you know what to look for and what to avoid when it comes to the type of people, the type of potential romantic partners that you attract into your life. Okay, also we have the Magician card. So I feel like you guys are kind of in the middle of manifesting your next relationship, or manifesting your dream partner. And I think the only thing that you guys really have to do is get extremely specific about what it is that you want and what it is that you are looking for in, a romantic partner. And when you see this type of energy arising, you just need to not entertain it. Okay, don't think you could fix them, don't think you could save them, don't think that they could heal you, because really it's like when they're not energetically on your level, all they're going to do is drag you down. And I feel like the reason why you are still single is because you need to learn how to identify it. You need to learn how to trust in your intuition when your intuition is telling you, hey, this person is not good for you, or they don't have the capacity to love you in the ways that you deserve. This could potentially lead to disappointment. Oftentimes in the past, you might not have necessarily listened to it. You might have just combated those feelings by continuing to give and give and give and give in the relationship until you felt really, depleted. And I think the thing that is coming through here the most is that right now, this is a period in time where you need to learn how to give to yourself more. Before you give to other people, before you give to everybody else, you need to have that boundary with yourself where you give to yourself first, where you make sure that your own cup is full, because that's what you always needed. That's what your inner child likely always needed, especially if when it comes to your inner child, there was a lot of disappointment. A lot of people not showing up for you, especially after they said that they would, or they made it seem like they would. There needs to kind of be some healing surrounding that. And I feel like you can do that by giving yourself all of the things that you always needed in a relationship. Being able to provide that for yourself first. Well, and I always say this. I say this probably in almost every video. It will make it easier for other people to come in and give to you and pour into you the ways in which you are willing to pour into yourself, right? And by pouring into yourself and giving to yourself first, it's like you'll have your own little like garden of self-care and self-love and healing, right? That's something that's going to bring a lot of healing into your life, and it's going to make it a lot easier for you to attract the right type of people and companions. You see how she has her little bird, and that little bird is just kind of like on the same wave as her, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you can see the music notes, singing songs, like just living life together to the fullest. And notice how she has a very, very fruitful garden behind her, and she got this fruitful garden by pouring into herself, by maintaining her independence and understanding that a partner was something that she wanted, not necessarily needed, okay? Because she already has everything that she needs in order to form her own like strawberry patch. Also, I'm hearing something about you guys. So one of the piles, I told them that they needed to do like a cleansing bath, but you guys, I feel like you need to do some type of self-love bath. And I'm looking at these strawberries. Maybe some of you guys really like strawberries, but I'm seeing like a significance of strawberry, or you grew up like really liking strawberry shortcake or something like that. But I'm thinking like maybe you guys need to look into doing like a self-love bath, a bath to kind of enhance your personal magnetism and make you feel beautiful, you know? Throw some rose quartz in there. I'm really with this pile, I'm really gravitating towards the color pink. Okay, I gravitate towards the color pink all the time, but with this pile specifically, the pink and the strawberries is really standing out to me. Like the colors pink and red are really significant for you guys. Like, look into some self-love baths. I once had somebody tell me to take a bath in rose petals and a little bit of strawberries, honey, and I think she said like oat milk or almond milk or something like that. There's so many different things that you could do, so many different things that you could put in the tub for like a self-love and self-care bath, and there's no wrong way to do it. What matters is your intention when you're mixing the water. At least from my experience, that's what I've seen. So I think that you guys should look into that and look into taking baths for like different intentions, because it's kind of like it I don't want to say attaches itself to your aura, but like it kind of stays in your aura, and it kind of like refreshes your aura to make it more magnetic to the things that you are trying to attract into your life. And strawberries are really good, and they're really sweet, you know, and they are, honestly, it's just really an attractive fruit. But overall, the overall message that I get for you guys for why it is that you are still single is that, one, I feel like you're healing from a lot of past disappointments. And two, this is a period in time for you to really fully understand your self-worth. And you can do this by spending more time pouring into yourself and giving to yourself what it is that you need. There's a pattern that you guys need to break of giving to others before you give to yourself, filling up others' cups before you fill up, you know, your own cup. Your cup is also very important, especially if growing up your inner child always felt like, you know, her cup was being emptied, or his cup was always being emptied, you know. By making sure your own cup is full, it's kind of like it sends a message to the universe that, hey, I am ready for love, and this is the exact type of love that I want. Okay, and you get there by, you know, understanding exactly what type of love you don't want. Oftentimes it works like that. We get really bad partners before we end up getting really good partners, you know, and we don't really end up experiencing the good partners until we kind of understand the lessons associated with, you know, the bad ones. So that's the overall message that I get for group number 3. I sincerely hope that that reading made sense for you guys. Remember, you guys deserve an emperor, okay? Not a 5 of Pentacles, okay? It just is what it is, you guys. But yeah, y'all, that's what I have for you guys. If y'all are interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, you guys can book with me on my Etsy shop. The link to do so will be available down in the description box below. And if you are interested in the deck that we use for today's tarot reading, we did use the Pastel Journey Tarot deck by Vanessa Samayana, which will be available for purchase on my Amazon storefront down in the description box below. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye! Hello to all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 4 with the 7 of Wands, and welcome to your reading, you guys. So, why are you still single? Okay, so the first thing I heard when I finished pulling cards for you guys is because y'all are feisty. Okay, y'all are really, really feisty, and this is not a bad thing. Okay, this is not a bad thing at all. See, with a lot of the other piles, I kind of had to lecture them about, like, their self-worth and understanding that, the way other people treat you doesn't always determine what it is that you're actually worth, and that they needed to learn how to love themselves more and put themselves first. I feel like y'all kind of already got that down packed, so much so that when anything comes into your life that doesn't reflect your sense of self-worth, you are immediately like, absolutely not. You see how she's got them swords? She's willing to cut down anything that is in her way, right? Also, we have the Queen of Pentacles here. Okay, so it's like you guys have a very grounded, stable, secure energy, but also at the same time, you're very, very loving. And I feel like you have a lot of friends that like you. Okay, I feel like you're also a very fun person to be around, but you are not the type of person that will allow anybody to come in and just mess your vibe up, right? I get a very protective energy when it comes to you. I feel as though you are very protective of yourself. That's why you're still single. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. It's just that you guys protect your energy and you know what it is that you want. And you don't interact with things that come into your life or come into your reality that don't reflect what it is that you know that you are worth. This is a very evolved energy that I'm picking up on you. You guys are not afraid to speak your piece. You guys strike me as very, very direct people. You're coming out as the Queen of Pentacles as well, the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. And then we also have the Princess of Wands as well. So it's like, you know when to loosen up and have fun and enjoy yourself. But the thing that I get, the thing I get with you guys is, what is it that you can offer me that I cannot already offer myself, right? And that's where a lot of people get kind of intimidated by you, especially the ones that really want you, because it's true. Like, what can they offer you? It's like we have this King of Wands here, right? Which I feel like this is a lot of the types of masculine energies that you attract. Mind you, when I say masculine, I don't mean men. Okay, I mean masculine energies that you attract into your life. Okay, this right here with the King of Wands here, he's coming in with the rose. And it's like, okay, you want to come in with a rose? I have a whole garden of my own roses. Why do you want to give me your rose? I already have the roses that I need. Shoot, I have my own rose. I'll pull up with the rose too. So it's like you guys you will happily ask somebody, what is it that you offer me? What is it that you bring to the table that I cannot already offer for myself? It's like you guys just mentally, you don't have any more room for fuckboys in your life. Okay, I'm just gonna put it like that. You don't have any more room for it at this point in your life. It's like you guys kind of just want to have fun. You want to enjoy yourself. I almost kind of feel like you guys don't even really need a relationship or whatever. You are looking I don't want to say you're looking for a relationship, but if you'll get into a relationship with somebody, it will be for the right reasons. You're not going to just get with somebody because they're cute, because they're good looking. You might say, okay, you're nice looking, you're kind of handsome, but what can you offer me? Because having your own place and having your own car and quoting and saying, quote unquote, that you're a whole vibe, that ain't all that I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like different things that you look for and certain things that you refuse to put up with. Right? The Queen of Swords here, she can be very, very cutthroat. And it's crazy because it's like y'all give me this vibe that y'all are multifaceted, right? With the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. It's like you're really sweet and loving and nurturing. Okay? You know how to make a house a home. You do have a warm energy to you. But the minute somebody crosses you, that all goes out the window. And you say exactly what's on your mind. And if you don't say it out loud, okay, your facial expressions say it all. And that's enough to push away or drive away anybody that's just not, on your level. Like, just not, you don't like I'm feeling like with this pile that you don't like people who go super hard to establish their dominance, right? So it's almost like you tend to repel that energy because it's like you just don't take it seriously. It's like, are you serious right now? Do you think that, you know, it's like people don't intimidate you, right? If anything, you intimidate them, you know? And that is just not a bad quality to have. I feel like you're still single because, one, you don't need a relationship, and two, you know what it is that you are worth. It's a matter of the right person coming along, right? It's like you have that specific discernment. You know exactly what it is that you are looking for, what it is that you look for, or what it is that you see and value in a potential romantic partner. If they don't approach with that energy off the rip, right? That energy, that vibe that you're looking for, it's almost like you can't interact with it. You don't want anything to do with it, you know? And I'm telling you, I cannot stress this enough. This is not a bad quality to have because I am the exact same way. If you're not my type, or if I just don't get that vibe, there's a certain vibe that I go for. If I don't get that vibe, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I just can't interact with you because I know how it's going to go, you know. And with you guys, it's like every single time you ignore that little intuition, or you ignore that feeling of like the vibe just not being there, and then you decide, you know what, I'm going to give them a chance. You always end up seeing why you shouldn't have. You're just like, why did I even end up wasting my time? I feel like you guys are still single because you're guarding yourself. You're protecting yourself until it's time. Right? I definitely feel like love is in the cards for you because you guys are naturally very magnetic. But sometimes you're magnetic to stuff that you don't want. Or like, and that's not your fault. I just think that it's like people kind of set themselves up when they know they're not on their level, and they still try to wiggle their way into your life or convince you to like give them the time of day, because a lot of people just genuinely aren't worth it. And I feel like you have gone through so many cycles with so many different people where you got the feeling that the vibe wasn't there, but you still tried to give it a chance and it still went badly, or they still ended up showing like, you know, you exactly why you're still single. You guys are extremely selective. You're really, really guarded, okay? You pick and choose your battles wisely, but you are not the one to be played with, okay? Just because you don't go out looking to start trauma or looking to, like, establish your dominance doesn't mean that you won't do it in a heartbeat if, you know, you feel threatened, you know? It's going to take the right type of person to come in and get you in a softer, more vulnerable, feminine energy that can really get to your soft side. I also feel like you guys are really, really playful, okay? Like, you guys strike me as the type of people that crack a lot of jokes, and that you try not to take life too seriously, you know? Like I said, you like to have fun, you like to have a good time, and I feel like that's something that a lot of the people in your life, they like about you. But you're not about to just let anybody come in your life and just get close to you, because a lot of the times when people do that, they don't have the best intentions. They think they're just going to come in and conquer you, or come in and like establish their dominance in your life. And it's just like, that's not happening. You know, y'all might make a lot of people mad, you know, because you don't want to give them the time of day. But it's just like, you have that discernment. You know when something is for you, or you know when something is going to work out. And you know, every single time you have tried to ignore your intuition on that, or you've tried to just let it fly and just see where it goes, knowing that the vibe wasn't there, it didn't go right. You be like, see, this is exactly why I should have just stuck to my intuition. I shouldn't have even really interacted with that person for real, because that was a waste of time, you know? But overall, I just get the vibe that on the inside, you are really soft. You are really sweet. But you're very selective with who gets to see that and who gets to experience that. And you're not wrong for that. You know, that's why you're still single. I definitely feel like, you know, if a relationship really is something, like a serious relationship really is something that you want, I do feel as though that is something that you will get in time. But you get there by, number one, knowing exactly what you want and sticking to it. I mean, your preferences might change over time, but like, It's just with this pile, there's a certain vibe. There's a certain vibe that you look for, and if somebody doesn't have it, it's just like at this point in your life, you don't really see a reason to give it a chance or waste your time, because you've already grown so content within yourself. It's like you're not looking for something to complete you, right? You're looking for something that's going to complement you, right? And a lot of people want to come into your life with that intention of completing you. Like I said, like establishing their dominance in your life, or like making you need them. And the crazy thing is, you really don't need anybody, because like I said, what can you offer me that I can't already offer myself? You want to come in with the rose? Look at all the women with roses. Okay? Look at all the women with roses, and you want to come in with this one little rose that I don't need. Right? It's not to say that you guys are like doing it in a mean way. It's just like, you know when you need to invest in something and when you need to leave it alone. Okay? And 99.99999% of the time, y'all be right. So all you got to do in order to like get out of the single life, if that's something that you really want, is just continue doing what you've been doing. Pick and choose your battles wisely. Okay? Protect yourself, protect your space, protect your energy. Continue being yourself unapologetically, and speak your piece. Speak your piece. Because when you speak your piece and you speak your truth, the right people will hear it. Okay? And understand, I feel like with this particular pile, you don't need to look. You don't need to look for a relationship. You don't need to seek for anything outside of yourself, because it seems like you already got it. You already got everything that it is that you need within. It's really just a matter of trusting your intuition and using discernment when it comes to the type of people that you interact with. And I feel like you'll naturally just end up crossing paths with the right person or the right people, you know. So that is what I get for all of my beautiful people who have chosen group number 4. I hope this reading resonated for you guys. If you guys are interested in booking a personal tarot reading with me, you guys can book with me on my Etsy shop. The link to do so will be available down in the description box below. And yeah, and also if you guys are interested in the deck that we used for today's tarot reading, we did use the Pastel Journey Tarot deck by Vanessa Samayana, which will be available for purchase on my Amazon storefront down in the description box below. Be sure to check that out if that is something you are interested in. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye!